Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening again, and this is something very interesting that's happened. A big hack in less than 24 hours. We've had a major dip or crypto sale, whichever way you want to see it, but also an exchange hack of quite a lot of money, $100 to $200 million. But I have a feeling it's going to be a lot more than that because they're not going to release the total assets completely yet. You can see a lot of it tracking online, something I was able to do this morning while on the subway. Again, yesterday I was watching the crypto sale and actually thinking about buying crypto on the subway. Very interesting experience. Just go out, do a lot of things online. But all this started about 10 hours ago, initiated the funds transferring. But I'm sure this has been months, if not longer, to a year, if not longer than planning. Some people saying it could be the same team as who hacked other exchanges. Who knows? But again, there'll be lots of links below to Etherscan and a few other good articles about tracking cybersecurity, about the liquid exchange that was breached in August or September of 2021, this past year. And it goes into full detail about tracking it and what's being done with all of that. But again, this is just another focus about the major downside of exchanges and how no one is 100% safe. Now, this is the CEXs, centralized exchanges. Decentralized exchanges is where you hold your cryptocurrency, and that is something of a completely other aspect of security because you're holding that, and that's something that I really am looking forward to getting into a discussion about, that because this is something I think is way forward. Now, Bitmart sounds like a lot, basically like a quickie mart for cryptocurrencies, and expect to get robbed. But that anyway, they're listed 118th by volume. They're not widely known, but enough. A lot of people have used them in the past, and a lot of people still use them currently. And a lot of people said, I've been talking online, they're still doing business as usual. They've just stopped deposits and withdrawals. Now, again, we have to be real curious about what happens right now because Bitmart has a lot of IOUs, and of course, they're going to be scrambling to figure out and track everything down. Cybersecurity teams around the world are going to be trying to hone in and get to the bottom of this as fast as they can, but also see if they can track down and get to some kind of conclusion about this. I don't know if they'll get the money back or not, but that's something we'll talk about in a minute. Because how are they trading right now? Are they trading a lot of these phantom tokens on the site? We don't know. Because to the issue right now and how they're able to do this, same thing happened with the liquid exchange. A lot of this is going through Tornado Cash. Now, what is Tornado Cash, right? Basically, Tornado Cash, you can see right here on the website. You can basically swap various tokens, for example, Ethereum to anything else, and you can pass it through their Tornado Cash. It's a transaction privacy mixer-like service in a bid to basically launder the stolen assets. It's completely privatized. All right, so it is very, very secure, safe. They won't be able to track a lot of your stuff, but they can track the wallets, and that is something else. All right, now a couple quick questions. Number one, if you did have money on there, hey, what happens to the people's funds that are on Bitmart? Well, of course, the terms of use can be seen. You can read through them. You can find the terms of use. I've gone through the website quite a bit. But there's no mention of what would happen in case of a hack, right? If there's a clear breach, meaning that anything can happen, right? They can give your crypto back, refund your money, or they could just not pay back, just vanish, and just declare they're out of the game. Close up the exchange and just forget it. But I don't think that happens. I think most likely when they figure out and discover whose account and what, they'll try and get as much money as they can back. Second one, is Bitmart done? Financially, I don't think so. Again, most of these exchanges, they have assets to pay for whatever is stolen, and of course they can trade another day. Of course that. Do you trust? No, their trust, I think, was probably done unless they can really come out and say they've found and secured everything and basically paid people back and basically make a really good push to social media, be very open about every single thing. But I doubt that. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure about how fast people will be able to pull their assets out, but that is, again, a huge threat to anything else. Because think what happened to Robinhood. People pulling out of Robinhood and transferring their assets out as fast as they could. It's just, that's what trust. You have to have trust with all of this. So that's the bigger things. Now, if you keep your coins in a centralized exchange and it gets hacked, that's a completely preventable tragedy. It is a completely preventable thing because with Bitmark at the moment, all these funds can be frozen, right? They can be frozen. Now, a dummy hacker still hasn't, as of right now, hasn't swapped out their centralized stablecoins like Tether and USDC. Plus, it can be tracked in theory. All right, now even if these scammers, like I said below, they use Tornado Cash or any other mixer to try and get away with it, there is still a way that they can be tracked. And I'll link down below this because it's a very good article about how they track down, and they're still following these assets that are pretty much frozen in the wallets. They haven't touched them. Now, the majority of these exchanges, they have insurance and emergency funds. It likely won't cover everything because you have too much money for insurance, right? It's extremely large loss on the platform. It can tap out the total insurance, just like what we saw 2017 with the Japanese Mount Gox. Sorry about the music, garbage truck. Yeah, plays interesting music. Mount Gox, and that is just about 4 years later, just getting settled this year. People might not get everything back, but you're going to get some back, and that's going to be what happens, right? But as long as you're not using a shady exchange, and you have large amounts of money split up between a few of the other exchanges, you should be fine. Now, shady exchanges, that's something that we're going to be coming to because there's no real terminology about what is shady. Do we think Crypto.com is a shady exchange? Do we think Coinbase is shady? But we know Robinhood is a shady exchange. We know about that. But now this is where the next couple of videos I'm going to focus on crypto. We'll focus on crypto security, wallet security, and also basics need to know, because you have to have reassurance. You have to feel safe and have to feel trust. Again, all right? Just also understanding what a hardware wallet is. This is a great example of using a hardware wallet. I'll just go this real quick because I'll talk about it in another video. You basically have full control over your coins and private keys 24/7, 365 days a year. Same thing with a decentralized exchange. You want to have full control. So if you're going to move Ethereum to Bitcoin, for example, no exchange or entity can freeze your assets or withdrawals, and that is the big focus here. When people have their money on Bitmart right now, they can't do anything. So all of you out there, yeah, we'll just keep updated with the news and see what happens in the next few weeks and months as the news dies down. But again, more developments will follow. So have a great Sunday. Game on.